Hey everyone, welcome to Biofun with Shruti. In today's video, we will be diving into the Indian mythology to explore beautiful story of Parashurama and his dedicated student Karna. Talking about this story, we'll also involve some other characters, namely Dronacharya, and we'll also extract some important lessons benefiting for both the teachers and the students. Make sure you're not missing the video and watch it till the end. Let's start the story from Karna. Karna is the god of Kunti and Surya the sun god. But Kunti abandons Karna and she leaves him in a basket, and that basket is set to flow in the river. Now, while flowing in the river, the basket gets the attention of the charioteer Athiratha. Athiratha was curious and picked up the basket, and then he gets the shock of his life seeing a baby in it. Immediately, he picks up the baby and tries to find out the identity of this baby and wants to know who its parents are. But failing to do so, and no one even turns up for the unclaimed baby, Athiratha takes the baby to his wife Radha. Both of them were very happy to adopt him, and they named him as Karna. Now, Karna was growing up as a very strong boy, and he was very happy along with his parents. Now, the day came when he turned 16. On his 16th birthday, Karna he got actually a gift from his father. Now, this gift was nothing but a chariot. Seeing the chariot, Karna's face immediately drooped. Seeing his face and his reluctance, Athiratha actually questioned Karna of what is the reason behind his sad face. Karna says, "Father, I'm very sorry. I am not very much into charioteering and I do not want to ride a horse. All I want to do in my life is to hold a bow and an arrow. I want to learn archery very bad and I don't know why I have this desire." Laughing at this, his father and mother, both of them, reveal the true identity of Karna. They explain him of how they got him from the basket flowing on the river. Now, Karna has two important goals. First, to learn archery. Second, to immediately find his real identity. He is actually the half-brother of Pandavas, which later gets revealed. Now, with this aim, he goes in search for a master. First, he approaches Dronacharya. Dronacharya is a very interesting character. Now, whenever we talk about sports or martial arts or anything as such, we remember Dronacharya as a very good teacher, as an excellent teacher. But there is other side of the coin. We'll talk about all his aspects and we'll understand what a teacher can understand from his character. Now, Dronacharya initially is a teacher for both Kauravas and Pandavas. In all of these students, Arjuna was his all-time favorite. He has this tendency of testing the students for their loyalty. Now, even all the students were angry at this and they even questioned Dronacharya as if why Arjuna is your favorite. For this, one day Dronacharya was meditating and suddenly people start seeing a crocodile. Now, seeing the crocodile coming to attack their guru, Dronacharya, none of the student comes forward. But Arjuna immediately steps forward and attacks the crocodile. Then Dronacharya comes with a smiling face and says that the crocodile is not real and it is a loyalty test for the students, which Arjuna eventually passed, and that is why he is his all-time favorite student. So, the story goes on like this. Ekalavya, on the other hand, is a Shudra. Shudra is there were four varnas. I hope you all know that. Yes. So apart from these four varnas, and I mean the least one was Shudra at that time in the Vedic period. Now, as Ekalavya was a Shudra and he was not having resources and he was from a very humble background, he used to observe Dronacharya and he learned the skills. Now, Dronacharya, observing this and observing his innate ability for archery, he requests him for his right thumb as Guru Dakshina. I hope you all know the story. Ekalavya, without any second thought, he gives his right thumb as a Guru Dakshina for him. Here, students and teachers, we need to understand two important things. Also, before jumping towards the moral, let me also tell you Karna, when he is searching for a master, he also reaches Dronacharya. But Dronacharya rejects Karna because of his humble background. He was furious. Karna was furious, being dejected, and with his dejected face, he challenges Dronacharya that he will become a very good warrior and he will return. And eventually, he did that. Now, in this scenario, we can understand two important things. Dronacharya was an excellent teacher. He was so excellent that students can even learn from him just by observing. They don't have to hear what they say, just by observing, students can learn. Ekalavya is the example for that. But there are some important things. A teacher should never ever discriminate the students based on their caste, based on their race, based on their sex, or gender, or anything. So this discrimination must not be there. And a teacher should be very well understanding what is good and what is evil and what side they have to take. And the third important thing, a teacher should never show partiality, even for the students who come from a humble background or a rich background. For a teacher, all the students must be equal. Dronacharya eventually lost fight with his very own principles, and he had to compromise on his principles in various occasions in Mahabharata. Firstly, talking about selection of the students. Second, during Mahabharata, as he is the teacher of both Kauravas and Pandavas, he had to fight against the Pandavas. But Pandavas were also his students, so he is waging the battle against his students as well. But why he had to do this? Because Ashwadhama is Dronacharya's son, and Ashwadhama's friend is Duryodhana. So Duryodhana and Ashwadhama are friends, and Dronacharya does not want to burn the bridges between him and his son. So, compromising on his very own principles, he had to choose the evil upon the good. Apart from this, towards the conclusion, when hearing about a fake news of Aswadhama's death, even Dronacharya leaves his body, and his soul actually goes in search for Aswadhama. Now, having this Drona weaponless, another student, his very own student, finds him in a helpless state, weaponless state, and immediately decapitates his body. So Dronacharya, being a good teacher, because he had to compromise on his own principles, because he did not choose good over evil, had to lose in the battle. Now let's come back to the story of Parashurama and Karna. After facing rejection from Dronacharya, Karna eventually ends up going to Parashurama. Observing Parashurama's eyes were burning with flames of intensity, and he is the son of Jamadagni. Now Parashurama has taken an oath that he will demolish all the kings. So he has this hatred towards Kshatriyas. So when Karna asks him to teach martial arts and all the knowledge that he has, that archery and Brahmastra, Parshurama has only one question: are you a Kshatriya? For this, Karna immediately lies and says that he is a Brahmin. Now, upon testing Karna's ability, Parashurama understands that Karna has an innate ability of archery. For this, he was very happy and trains him, and he gives him the entire knowledge that he knows, and also the Brahmastra. Now, Karna, he became a very good warrior eventually, but what happened is very unfortunate. So let's talk about that as well. One day when Parshurama wanted to have some rest, he asked Karna to bring some deer skin. Now when that was not available, Karna says, please sleep on my lap. When Parshurama was sleeping, a scorpion came, attacked Karna, and was about to bite Parshurama. So Karna tries to stop it, so it immediately stings Karna, and Karna withholds the pain, and he tries not to cry out, not to scream out. Okay, so the blood filled Karna's leg wakes up Parshurama eventually. When Parshurama is awake, he gets surprised that Karna didn't even move with that blood filled leg. So he asks Karna, "Are you a real Kshatriya? Only a Kshatriya, I mean, are you a real Brahmin? Because only a Kshatriya can handle, cannot move even though he's getting hurt, because they're eventually trained for that, right? It's not supporting a caste or something like that. See, they were actually trained for that. They get hurt, they get healed again in the process of learning arts. Okay, archery, arts, martial arts, all the astras and all, they have this habit, right? So that is what Parshurama was suspicious about, and immediately Karna accepts that, and he apologizes him for the lies that he have told. But Parshurama was not going to forgive his student, and he actually curses him that as you betrayed me, even your memory will betray you when you are in need. So that is how Karna was not able to remember his astras during the battle. So students, from this story you can actually understand a teacher agony and teacher's anger sometimes is very harmful for the students, so that must be actually controlled. Also, from the Karna's part, you have to understand that defying all the odds, even he is from a humble background, defying all the odds with the unwavering determination, Karna manages to master his art. So I hope today's stories are very interesting, and this to teach us something. I always say that to teach us something, it does not have to be a true story, or it does not have to be a story of gods and goddesses. The thing is that we need to be ready to learn something new. Teachers always help students in achieving the professional excellence. If you ask, like, so many teachers teach so many subjects, how can I credit my success to all these teachers? No. See, teachers will help you. See, for example, when you're going to school, you may like some teacher for their confidence, you may like some teacher for their excellence in communication, and you feel like you want to be like them. So the teachers inculcate all these things in you slowly, which will strive and which will drive you towards your professional excellence. So that doesn't have to have a direct influence from a teacher, but there is compulsorily an indirect or direct influence of a teacher in a student's professional growth. So make sure you're respecting your gurus and teachers, make sure you're choosing your students wisely, and do not choose the evil over the good. If evil is there in your hands, try to make it good, and make sure you're not discriminating. Showing partiality on any grounds or any discrimination must not be encouraged. And also make sure everyone learn in the process of teaching and teach in the process of learning. Thank you so much, and happy Teachers Day once again.